Today, we're answering the question on every entrepreneur's mind: how do I increase investor interest in my brand? And to answer that question, we're going to look at one brand that has rocketed its way to the top of investors' interest, leaving behind a blazing trail of opportunity for privately owned businesses: SpaceX. So let's jump right into it. The top 3 ways SpaceX is inspiring a private market investment boom. Number 1, increased investor focus on creating broader access. SpaceX is just one of a handful of private companies who are rushing to perfect their interstellar travel abilities so they can be among the companies who are vying to pick up various contracts from NASA. SpaceX has headed up by Elon Musk, as we all know, along with Richard Branson's Virgin Galactic and Jeff Bezos' Blue Origin. It all seems to have gotten space fever at the same time, and it became a race to see who was going to expand the marketplace beyond the outer reaches of our atmosphere. CNBC reports that SpaceX is making NASA cool again, and brands are scrambling to get opportunities to align their products with this whole new frontier of open ad space. Imagine if you're on an interstellar vacation and you're floating weightlessly in your hotel room, and you gaze out the window into the vast reaches of space, and you see a nearby satellite projecting, drink Coca-Cola. Advertisement in the sky. It might not be that far away. When it comes to advertising and promotion, space is literally a new frontier being created as we speak. Space marketing isn't even exactly new. In 2001, Pizza Hut spent millions of dollars on a campaign to deliver a pizza to orbiting astronauts in 2012. Red Bull orchestrated a high-altitude skydiving project, jumping from around 97,000 feet in the air. Now that these major players in entrepreneurialism are investing their time and money to get their own space travel businesses off the ground, other brands are beginning to piggyback on this hype, this disruption in the space travel industry and what it's causing for them. Miller Lite announced its refusal to jump on the trend of launching their own hard seltzer and unveiled their new tagline, unapologetically beer, by creating a CGI simulated launch of a seltzer-strapped rocket. The event was witnessed by over 1 million people. Estee Lauder contracted NASA to take 10 bottles of their advanced night repair cream aboard the space station for photo op. Under Armour is already the official spacewear for Virgin Galactic, and Krispy Kreme has even created a Mars-themed donut. In 2021, your new business has this untapped ability to become a disruptor within your industry by creating broader access to your ideal audience than what is currently available. And investors are now looking for business models that are specifically being primed to disrupt industries and create their own lanes. Next, we have number 2, increased investor focus on more diverse portfolios. When we are talking about the desire for an investor to have a diverse portfolio, we aren't just talking about the range of industries they're investing in anymore. In the past 2 years, shareholders have really turned up the pressure on businesses to disclose their gender and diversity data that is responsible for enforcing environmentalism, social, and anti-discrimination measures. Well done. Harvard Business School professor Robert J. Eli said, bottom line, it's a cultural change, a cultural problem. And leaders are responsible for the culture of their organization. In fact, diversity initiatives have become front and center. And not just because it's the right thing to do, which it is, it's because 2021 is doing what is best for society is actually what's also best for creating long-term success in business. Finally, thank you that the moment has arrived and we're all here to enjoy it. While regulatory mandates haven't quite been passed that legally require businesses to disclose this information, some companies are providing it just based on the pressure from shareholders alone. According to Bloomberg Law, new privately owned businesses have their most responsive to these cultural shifts in public demand and are providing that information more readily than older, larger companies. Launching your brand in 2021 puts you among the companies who are on the forefront of responding passionately by boldly adapting to the massive cultural shifts that have occurred in just these past 2 years. And demonstrating that passion in full disclosure can be a serious selling point in your business proposal. Number 3, increased investor focus on innovation. Yes, every investor is always on the lookout for the next big thing. But in 2021, there are some new guidelines for what it means to have the potential to come out of nowhere within your industry. Investors are looking for businesses that are opening people up to whole new worlds. And I'm not talking about outer space. Yes, companies like SpaceX are literally attempting to shoot for the stars, but there are business models of creating new and exciting ways to do things that we've always done. In this case, travel. That is not a new business model. SpaceX combined their resources to build privatized rocket ships that can now be contracted out to NASA to complete various missions with less time spent on the painstaking details of organizing the launch. And although interstellar travel is still several years away from being a reality, SpaceX is using this time to begin to normalize the idea of space travel for the average person. SpaceX and the others are larger than life examples of private companies who disrupt their industry, poke a little pin in there, and who create a whole new frontier for their ideal individuals to explore. Airbnb did the same thing for the hotel industry. Uber created a similar reimagining for transportation industry by combining their resources with the resources that already existed, namely people with cars, and then using these combined resources to connect with the people who need rides. Take some time to really think about how your private business model can be influenced by this highly sought after way of creating a whole new world within your industry. Think about how you can frame your business proposal to emphasize these areas that have garnered increased investor interest in 2021. When building a proposal to attract investors, answer these 3 questions for yourself first. How will my business create broader access for my investors? Brainstorm ways your products or services have the potential to expand out into several different markets. Determine if your brand or service creates a new platform that could potentially create new opportunities for other brands in other industries, and be able to demonstrate these things clearly to potential investors. Where can I infuse my brand culture with the superpower of diversity? Brainstorm bold moves for your company to not only embrace diversity, but also showcase your company's dedication to diversity through your community. Don't wait for shareholders to request access to your company's diversity data. Instead, wear it like a badge of honor. Extend it out to include environment as well as social measures, and give these metrics a place of high honor in your business proposal. Investors will notice. Ask yourself, how can my business showcase itself as a true innovation? All innovation really means is a new method for doing something familiar. One of the chief brand building technique points that I share with all my clients is to be new but familiar. A balance between new but familiar. The newness is your product or service, and what is familiar is the need that product or service fulfills. Other brands have found ways to meet that need, but what makes your brand's way new and exciting? To answer this question, look at the outcome. In life, when we do things differently, we get different results. Determine what is different about the results your ideal individuals, your ideal audience will experience from choosing your brand over all others. And when building your business proposal, be sure to feature those new and better results so the true innovation behind your idea really shines and stands out for potential investors. So there you have it, the top 3 ways SpaceX is inspiring private market investment boom. And I've given you some insider tips for creating a business proposal that will really stand out in 2021. If you'd like more information, or you feel like you'd like to round out your knowledge with me about being new but familiar on how to build your brand like a hometown, I'm going to put the link in the description below. Be sure to check it out, because your goal is always to set yourself up to win. And that's what I'm here for. So thank you so much for joining me today. If you enjoyed this episode, hit the subscribe button and don't forget to click the bell so you don't miss a single thing. I release new videos every Tuesday and Thursday, so keep treating these episodes as your masterclass for becoming an inspiration to millions with branding. And as always, that always begins right here. Love what you do and love how you do it. Thanks for watching. Don't miss out on a single thing. Subscribe below. And here's something else I think you'll love.